Yes, so in a couple of days, it's going to be interesting what Momi figures out with the person at the Home Depot. Now, she talked to Home Depot, the Home Depot, not Home Depot, the Home Depot. And they have a designer right there who would be happy to come out and help you redesign your kitchen. Now, see here, I don't think there's much he can redesign. You know, the dishwasher's probably still going to stay in the same location. The microwave and the stove are probably going to stay in the same location. The refrigerator is going to stay there, especially for the fact all the electrical setup exactly in the right places, the plumbing setup in the right places. I initially told Mommy, I says, hey, what about having the sink over here? I'm right-handed, and I always like to see the dishwasher on the right-hand side because I put everything in with my right hand. I don't like using my left hand to rinse everything, put it over here, and put it in the dishwasher with my left hand, blah, blah, blah. But it makes sense the way it's set up so that when you come in, you've got the open counter area here on the outside. People can sit here and talk if somebody's cleaning up or preparing food or whatever. It makes sense here to set your groceries to put in the refrigerator. I think it would look kind of funky to have the sink closer over here to this left-hand side instead of the right-hand side. So that's probably going to be left. But you know, I'll make videos whatever we decide to do here. I think I have a feeling this whole thing's going to be ripped out, but we'll see. And then talking about ripping out, here's the little half bath. Okay, there's only a toilet in here and there's a little pedestal sink. And Momi was saying, I don't like the pedestal sink. I want to put a cabinet in here and a countertop and all that kind of business. And I said, what you have to realize here is the only person who's going to go in here is someone who is visiting you. You know, there's no bedrooms down here on the first floor. They don't really need a counter space whatsoever. They're going to do their business. They're going to wash their hands, or they're going to come out. And so you don't really need much of a counter space per se. And I said, the reason why they put a pedestal, I think, is to make the little bathroom area bigger. If you have a cabinet and a countertop right there, it's just going to make you feel like this bathroom is smaller than what it is. And I think I got her agreement on that we're gonna reuse this pedestal sink. But see this toilet? Look how low. First off, the toilet is low, and the bowl is not an elongated toilet bowl, okay? And I said the one thing we could do is when they redo the flooring, I'm gonna be the one to pull the flooring out, but I don't want to install the new. I thought, forget it. I'm over that. I've installed laminate floor before, but it's a vinyl flooring, and it probably installs pretty much the same. But I thought, you know what? I'm getting up there in age. I'm already getting sore thinking of all the stuff I still have to do, painting the ceilings, the walls, the door frames. I got all the doors painted the other day, and door jambs and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to be beat by the time they come in here, and so I'm gonna cut the floor right in here. So take out these planks here. I'm going to leave this here. Then when the flooring guy gets here, we can have him start out in here. Or before he does that, see, usually flooring guys, they'll come and take your toilet out, okay? And then they'll reinstall your toilet when they get done with their flooring, okay? Well, my thought is, I'm thinking they'll be able to disconnect the pedestal sink as well. It's not that hard to disconnect it. And I thought, I'm going to let them disconnect it. Then I can have them reconnect it, because if there's ever a leak, then they're responsible. Seems as though they're going to be here anyways, right? And instead of them reinstalling this toilet, they can pull this old toilet up, but instead of them reinstalling this existing toilet, why not have them install a new toilet that we get at the Home Depot, and it'll be the Home Depot guys who are going to be installing the floor. I don't think they're going to have a problem saying, okay, yeah, we'll install your new toilet that you just bought from Home Depot. And what we're going to do, I talked to Momi, she says she's okay with the elongated toilet seat bowl area, and that's fine. There's nothing in front of you. If we need a cabinet, we don't need a cabinet over here. We can just have an open shelving cabinet with a couple little knickknacks, and that's it. You know, put a toilet stand over here or something. You don't really need anything in this room. If you want just that, fine. And so there's not going to be anything in the way to put an elongated toilet. And they have an elongated toilet. Did you know they have an elongated toilet? It's kind of like a handicap style toilet. Okay? That's also taller than this one. And so she likes that idea. And in fact, it might be a handicap type toilet, and would just, instead of putting an open lid where they have on a handicap toilet, it'll have both lids. You know, have the top lid and the seat lid. Do you see what I mean? And it will be an elongated one, and it will actually be taller. So that's our plan in the bathroom, and I think it's gonna work fine. Yeah, so many things swirling around in my head, and there probably is for you too, especially if you got a project like this and you've got all these things that you have to decide. Well, you know what? Phooey on all that. I've got one project to do today, and that's to remove carpet. I don't care about anything else. I don't care about the flooring, the cabinets, the kitchen, the painting. I don't care about anything right now except to get this carpet up and the carpet pad, okay? As well as up above on the second floor and the stairs. That's all I'm gonna do. That's all I'm concentrating on today. Clear your head, get some music on, and do it. Okay. Time to go crazy and take all this carpet out. And on this particular carpet, the air conditioning registers are on the floor. I kind of like that too, because as heat rises, it gets your whole place. And these generally are just wedged down in there. There's no screws on them or anything. They come out that easy. And when I took these out one time already, and I have no idea when the last time somebody vacuumed those out. So I had a vacuum here, and I got the attachment wand out, and I reached my hand down there and pulled all the stuff out and cleaned out all the dust and stuff. And then you can clean the back side of your registers. Lots of times you get spider webs down there. You get all kinds of stuff you never knew that was down there. And then reach your hand down in there as far as you can. Maybe you'll find a toy down there, or who knows what down there, and then you can clean those out. It's kind of a nice thing to do, you know, periodically. And then you can take your registers, you can clean the back sides of them and make sure all the cobwebs and grime and everything is out of them. And then on your adjustment, if you have some that come out at an angle, just one direction, you want the angle to come this way. You don't want the angle to go and hit your wall. So figure that out and look at that and see which way they go and stuff, so that maybe it'll go in this way as opposed to that way or whatever, you know. And so, okay, enough of that. I got that. And now we've got to figure out the best way to take this floor out. Is there a right or wrong way? Well, maybe. Now, sometimes I might overthink things to a certain extent. Yeah. But hey, it doesn't really take me that much longer to take all this stuff out than anybody else, okay? Now, I'm in a condo complex, and they happen to have a good-sized dumpster here on property, and I'm going to throw all this stuff in the dumpster. The dumpster is only so long, and I'll probably wait until the end of the day to do that. And there's a couple things I'm gonna decide. I'm only gonna throw this away in pieces. So this room here, I'm gonna probably cut it in thirds. So I'm gonna cut a line about here and one over here. So I have 3 long strips. And then the long strips, I may just cut those in half down this way. Okay, so I don't get too big of a piece. Hey, I'm getting up there in age. Do I want to take all this stuff down there in one go? And then the pieces will be small enough that I can then flip over again. I like to roll this up with the carpet side on the outside as I roll it up. That way when I'm going through door frames and stuff, I don't hit a door frame. If you got white door frames and if you take carpet and you roll it up too big of a roll, too long of a roll, give me that, I'll take it out of the house. Come on, you guys are going too slow. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. You put it over your shoulder or something and you hit the side of this, man, that stuff is like sandpaper, rip, and it just marks up your white door jambs, your baseboards, your trim, your door casing, this edge here. If you're not careful as you go around there, you're going to have some marks on here if you roll up the carpet that other way. And if you're keeping this handrail here, you got to be careful as you're going down the stairs so you don't hit that. Oh, I'm going to put the carpet over here on the right side. Then you got to be careful so you don't hit this edge. Because let me tell you, the back side of that carpet, if you've never taken up carpet, you'll soon realize it, and if you have, you'll know what I'm talking about. The back side of the carpet is really rough, and it's almost like sandpaper when you go along and you hit any nice painted surface that you're trying to keep. Now granted, I'm going to be painting all these door frames, all these door casings, everything, okay? And so could I roll it up the other way and not worry about it? Yeah, I probably could. But I'm not going to. I'm going to cut this up in strategic pieces so that I can get it thrown away and rolled up the proper way. And if you've never done this before, how do you get the carpet up? Usually you just go into a corner, and I'm gonna grab it from there, and all I got is my point, okay, my scratch awl. I'm just going to set the scratch awl in there, about there, and just jam it in the carpet and lift up on it. Just lift up on it and pull that. Pull that out like that, see? Okay? And if you don't have a scratch awl, you probably need to get one of those. Every weekend warrior needs to have a scratch awl. If you do not have a scratch awl, how else could you do it? Well, I've got a pair of pliers here. Let me see if I can't do it with a pair of pliers. It's a little bit more tricky depending how thick your nap is. I'm just going to try to grab the carpet and squeeze it right there and pull. Okay, look at that. If you don't have a scratch awl, if you don't want to run to the store and get a scratch awl, can you do it with a pair of pliers? Yeah. It's a little bit more difficult to do. Let's just do another one here. I'm just using my pliers. Grab it and pull. Okay, look at that. So I could do it that way, or my scratch awl. Let's get in another corner. Let's use my scratch awl this time. Okay, right here. Jam it in. Pull on that bad boy. Okay, there you go, just like that. Okay, you can do it. Anyone with a little bit of knowledge should be able to pull carpet up with a pad. Are you kidding me? I only have 3 more minutes on my HD SIM card. I should have brought an extra one with me. But I didn't. Okay. I don't have much time to show you, but at this point, I'm just going to pull the carpet off of the tack strip. Okay? And you remember I'm going to cut it in thirds. I got to figure out about where the third of the room is, and pull it out to about the third. I'll do it a little bit further. That way I can get my sheetrock knife in there, right? Okay. And it's not a race, and you can do this on your own. You anybody helping you. If you have a helper, great. If you don't, that's okay too. Okay? You can start figuring out things and knowing, hey, if I can do it, you can do it. Right? Right. Okay. I'm just going to take my sheetrock knife. Trick is to have a sharp one. Okay? Don't try to skimp and think, oh, mine's halfway sharp. Don't do that. Get a sharp one, and now I'm just going to cut it. Okay? Get your fingers out of the way. And I always like using my knee pad. You don't need your knee pad if you don't want. Let's just get you down there, down and dirty. I'll just go over here. Don't get right up next to the baseboard because you might hit your finger or something. You can pull that up, whatever. Get your hand out of the way. Okay? No doctor's visits needed. That's why I always cut from the back side of the carpet. It's so much easier than thinking, oh, okay, I'm going to cut this in thirds. I'm going to do what VideoJoe told me to do. And I'm just going to cut on top. Well, it's harder to cut from the top. You can, but you'll see what I'm talking about if you try it. Okay, now I'm just going to split the difference of this. I'm going to eyeball that. Oh, it looks like it's about right here. That a sharp blade will do the trick. And because I have it upside down right now, I'm just going to roll it up I'm just going to roll it up so that the outside of the carpet is on the outside. Okay? And like I say, lots of people do this so they get the back side of the carpet is on the outside. I don't like doing that. I like doing it this way. Okay? Easier to carry. You don't start ripping up your arm or anything. And these will fit just rather nicely in the dumpster, won't they? Okay, and for the time being, I'm going to stack this up against the wall. Stack it up so that the natural roll is folding towards the wall.